Just welcome to the No State Project live from my fortified compound here in Mesa, Arizona, where it was a blistering 105, which is 10 degrees less than we are going to see here real soon. Unfortunately, it's that's the way it is out here in the damn desert. Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight as everyone starts to file in. Whoa, sorry about that. I'll have to edit that out in post. Yeah, if you want to join me on Discord server, you could do so. It's in the description. If you like to help support the show, so I can do more shows more frequently. It's that time. You can do so in the description. You can also find the Discord server by going to Mark Stevens NSP on Discord. And I can't take calls tonight, but I will try to do what I can to address comments. I will say this. I have heard and was called a faggot so much in high school, I thought it was my name. So I'm not the guy to delete comments, even though I've been accused of that, even though that's not what I do. But and I've only banned a handful of troll accounts. It's only it's less than 10 since 2011. So you're stupid. I just don't understand. People would log into their account just to accuse me of deleting comments. I don't do that. I will ban an account, but you got to go pretty far for me to delete comments. But I will say this. I am not going to tolerate homophobia and the hate. So, depending on how far over the line, out of line something is, I may start deleting comments like that because I just don't want to see it. This is not what my channel is about. If you want to spew homophobic BS, hateful garbage, do it. There's millions of other YouTube channels that you can do that on. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the QAnon crap on my Discord server. So I'm going to say if you're one of these QAnon nut jobs, or if you're spewing and spamming the Discord server with QAnon crap, this anti-vax crap, I'm probably going to start banning all that nonsense. We want to keep the stuff direct, related to government and the courts. But this QAnon stuff, you guys are off the You guys are off the rails on this stuff. You guys look at this guy. This is your guy? This orange douchebag? This is your guy. This is the guy that no matter what he does, you can always look at somebody else and say, well, he's doing the whataboutism. It's like you're never taking any responsibility for what he says and does. And it's either fake news or the Democrats are 100 times worse. I'm so sick of that crap. If you're a QAnon type guy, if you're an anti-vax person, if you think that there's hardcore gay pornography being put into schools, this is not the channel for you. And so my Discord server is not for you. I am not a QAnon guy, never have been, never will be. I think you guys are crazy. I think that stuff is just nuts. That is like that flat earth stuff. That is just crazy. If you think the earth is flat, you really have some serious emotional problems. I'm going to venture to say you've got problems. This is not your channel. Just unsubscribe. You don't have to log in to tell me. Just unsubscribe and stop participating on the channel. I'm not your guy. This is not your channel. If you're looking for really stupid conspiracy theories, such as the Kennedys are coming back from the dead, or Jewish space lasers, not your channel. Just there's thousands and thousands of other channels spewing that kind of garbage. Just go and do that. But yeah, if you continue spamming my Discord channel or my Discord server, rather, I guess that's terminology. If you're gonna spew the anti-vax stuff, I'm just gonna ban it. Just gonna ban it. So you can spew somewhere else that the jab has made me crazy. Here's a clue. The main conspiracy theory about the jab killing everybody was May of 2023. Still here. So, Vafangul with your stupid. All right, so let's get to the serious stuff here. And if you're one of these people who supports this orange douchebag, the one who brags about grabbing women by the crotch, this is not your channel. Go to Tim Pool or some other bootlicking douchebag right-winger like Ben Shapiro or something like that. This is not your channel. Go to some of these self-proclaimed anarchists that were actually on the Trump train. This is not your channel. And no, I don't give a damn if you unsub. That's just kind of the way the internet works. My attitude is I don't care. I don't care. I talk about things, and I've always spoken about things on this show that you can prove. So this nonsense that the vax was 5G. Even that COVID was actually a 5G poison. I'm going to lose my channel if I continue talking about this garbage. The idea that 5G was killing people. Yeah, right. Or the 5G was going to activate something in the vaccine. Oh my gosh, you took the jab now. I would suggest that if instead of accusing me of not using critical thought and analysis and not having any kind of media literacy, you guys believe that millions of people are dying from the vaccination. My whole family, we're all vaxxed and boosted. So, stupid. You believe the garbage coming out of this guy's mouth. This guy. What is amazing is he actually said something that was true. In his rambling, insane, all caps rants, screaming about a two-tier justice system. Yeah, he's right. And he has benefited from it more than probably any other human being alive. There is a two-tier justice system because if a normal, non-elite had done what this scumbag did or is accused of doing, well, he's admitted it. Come on. It's not like he's admitted it. Now he's saying again that after he declassified it with his brain just by thinking about it, now the FBI planted everything. Hey. A regular person who was not a high-ranking government official and rich had done what this piece of Mirda did, they would already have been waterboarded for a few months in Guantanamo or some other black site. There is a two-tier justice system. This pile of orange Mirda got one thing right that he didn't lie about. But he has been a beneficiary of it. He didn't even have he's been indicted on felonies twice and hasn't had a mugshot taken. Two-tier justice system. He wasn't held without bail. Two-tier justice system. So very right there, but wrong on almost everything else that ever has come out of his lying mouth. It's amazing that this piece of orange Mirda is being held to any kind of accountability whatsoever. What's unfortunate, what will probably happen, is that this orange scumbag is going to probably have his black heart just stop beating before he goes to, even gets convicted of anything. So that's, yeah. I guess he can't pay a doctor enough money right now to, or promise them anyway, to say he's the healthiest human being that's ever lived. But he has been indicted. And what's interesting is that his former attorney, who was cosplaying as the Attorney General, William Barr, he defended the special counsel Jack Smith's 37-count indictment against Donald Trump, saying if the allegations of the former president willfully retained hundreds of highly classified documents are proven true, then he's toast. I was shocked. Oh, yeah. This is the guy that summarized the Mueller report in 10 sentences or something like that. And so the complete opposite of what the Mueller report found. I was shocked. Reminds me of, what's that? Casablanca, where the head of the French police. I am shocked that there's gambling in Casablanca. I was shocked by the degree of sensitivity of these documents and how many there were. And I think the counts under the Espionage Act that he willfully retained those documents are solid counts. Wow. If even half of it is true, then he's toast. Sure. When he's held accountable, I'll believe it. You see, yeah, for me to believe he's being held accountable, I have to see it. This is the actual indictment. Historic. And I have to say, I had another thumbnail that I was going to put for this particular video, but Windows sucks as an operating system. And so I lost everything on this computer before, and I'm not saying it's a bad computer. Because Calvin built it. And I don't remember the name of the supporter of the show that paid for it. So it's a high-end machine, but Windows as an operating system, not so good. So maybe someone can tell me what the hell is it with Windows where you're saving nothing to your main drive. I guess it's the C drive. Anyway, your main drive. What the hell happens? Is it a Windows thing? Because I've never had this happen on a Mac where even though you're only adding, because like everything I do for the show, everything goes to an external hard drive. Nothing goes on the main hard drive because of this problem. But it fills up anyway. 165 gigs gone. And there's no explanation as to why the hard drive is full. Now I'm going to have to wipe. I'm going to have to, I hate when, anyway. I'm not, I don't know why. Yeah, to me, I've only had it happen with Windows. It didn't happen when I ran just Linux. It never happens on Mac. I can't go through this entire thing, but the facts, and again, I'm going to go through this, and if you're one of these types that's going to start screaming fake news, you know, this is not the channel for you. Again, you don't have to log in to say you're unsubbing. Just unsub and leave. Wow, defendant Donald Trump was the 45th president of the United States of America. He held office from January 20, 2017 until January 20. All right, we're going to get, let's get to the meat of this. As of 12 p.m. on January 20th, Trump ceased to be president. As he departed the White House, Trump caused scores of boxes, many of which contain classified documents to be... And I don't want to hear any of this crap. Joe Biden or the Fox News screeches of Hillary and the buttery males. Don't care. If there's evidence, prosecute. And that's, again, with Hillary, who I can't stand. They investigated her. She answered the subpoena, testified for 11 hours. There wasn't even a Republican congressional recommendation for indictment. Why? Trump was not authorized to possess or retain these classified documents. The Mar-a-Lago Club was an active social club which between January 21 and August 22 hosted events for tens of thousands of members and guests. After Trump's presidency, the Mar-a-Lago Club was not an authorized location for the storage, possession, review, display, or discussion of classified documents. Nonetheless, Trump stored his boxes containing classified documents in various locations, including a bathroom and a shower. And then here they talk about how he is recorded talking about it. And just like in Georgia, he just needs the Secretary of State to find 11,000 votes. And he's still walking around as a free man. Yeah, two-tier justice system. If I called the Secretary of State or someone at the Secretary of State's office and pressed them to find 11,000 more votes than there were, I go to jail. I would be in jail that week. And I would not be walking free after being indicted. On August 21 or September 21, the Bedminster Club, Trump showed in New Jersey, showed a representative of his political action committee who did not possess security clearance a classified map related to a military operation and told the representative that he should not be showing it to the representative and that the representative should not get too close. Look at some of these. Trump endeavored to obstruct the FBI and grand jury investigations and conceal his continued retention of classified documents by, among other things, suggesting that his attorney falsely represent the FBI and grand jury falsely represent to the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have the documents called for by the grand jury subpoena, which is why so many of Trump's attorneys are either indicted, lose their law license, or quit. Like his team quit right after he was indicted, because they were not the same attorneys for when he went and was under arrest yesterday and had to have an arraignment. Directing defendant Walt T. Nauta to move boxes of documents to conceal them from Trump's attorney, the FBI, and the grand jury, suggesting that his attorney hide or destroy documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. Because when you are an elite douchebag like this orange pile of Mirda, who has gotten away with a mountain of crimes his entire life, no consequences, why wouldn't he? Wouldn't he even think twice about suggesting his attorney hide or destroy documents? Providing to the FBI and grand jury just some of the documents called for by the grand jury subpoena while claiming he was cooperating fully. This is why they were able to, after months of asking him, they finally had to do a subpoena, because they gave him, it was a two-tier justice system. It gave him months to comply instead of just knocking down the door with the guns drawn. Remember Breonna Taylor, killed in her sleep. Two-tier justice system, but this piece of garbage, this piece of garbage, he benefits from it. Using a certification to be submitted to the FBI and grand jury, falsely representing that all documents called for, which they can prove. They got the boxes of the documents that they asked for, and he had said through his attorneys that they had given everything, yet it wasn't true. That's called obstruction. As a result of Trump's retention of classified documents after his presidency and refusal to return them, hundreds of classified documents were not recovered by the United States government until 2020 as follows. And there are still missing documents. There are still documents that they know he had, and they're gone. They're not recovered. And this pile of Mirda had nuclear secrets. So you go back, not that I have any love for the CIA, but record number of CIA agents in the field killed after Donald Trump became president and had these documents. Oh, but Hillary, buttery males, all you homophobes with the buttery males. On January 17th, nearly 1 year after Trump left office and after months of demands by the National Archives and Records Administration for Trump to provide all missing presidential records, Trump provided only 15 boxes, which contained 197 documents with classification markings. On June 3rd, in response to a grand jury subpoena demanding the production of all documents with classification markings, Trump's attorneys provided the FBI 38 more documents. See, they still had them. Pursuant to a court-authorized search warrant, the FBI recovered from Trump's office and storage room the Mar-a-Lago Club 102. This right here, those facts, if true, which he's actually mentioned and talked about, they are true. This alone is felony obstruction of justice. Right there. Just that. Just here. And that's his, the executive branch departments and agencies whose classified documents Trump retained after his presidency. This is insane. The CIA, the Department of Defense, the National Security Agency, the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. Holy crap. Good Lord. National Reconnaissance Office, the Department of Energy, responsible for maintaining a safe, secure, and effective nuclear deterrent to protect national security, including ensuring the effectiveness of the United States nuclear weapon stockpile without nuclear explosive testing. And the Department of State and Bureau of Intelligence and Research. Good Lord. Oh my gosh. So after his son-in-law, after they left office, got $2 billion from the Saudis. But all these jackasses on Fox News and all the sycophants, the ones who have liberal derangement syndrome, I love that excuse. It's Trump derangement syndrome. You just don't like. Yeah, I don't like criminals. I don't like criminals. And I can't. And I hate people simping for criminals. But Hunter Biden. Oh my gosh, the laptop. $2 billion from the Saudis. From the Saudis. $2 billion. But Hillary's emails. As Trump's public statements on classified information. On August 18, 2016, Trump stated, in my administration, I'm going to enforce all laws. There's video of this. It's fantastic. All laws concerning the protection of classified information. All this. There used to be a subreddit called Trump Criticizes Trump. Because for every time he criticizes to own the libs, he's done it. Way to own the libs there. So they have pictures in an indictment. Pictures. This is where classified documents were kept. This is insane. This is all recorded stuff, him admitting to having classified documents, admitting that they were classified, and that he did not declassify them and could not, and still had them. There's record. It's just like grabbing him by the crotch. It's all recorded. And yet there are still mind-numbed jackasses out there that will defend this. Even coming onto my channel saying, and trying to make an excuse that I'm obsessed. You have Trump derangement syndrome. You just don't like him. You don't like him because he has no respect for women, that he cheated on his wife with a porn star. You just don't like him because he hates brown people. You don't like him because he separated brown people from their families. You just don't like him because he made $1 billion while president. You just don't like him. I can't go through all of this. It would take more time than I have for tonight. But just the little bit that I've gone through, there's serious, hardcore evidence just for obstructing the grand jury investigation, which is what he was. The Mueller report came out, but of course they didn't do anything because two-tier justice system, because Bill Barr was in control. That scumbag here who was saying, whoa, that he's toast. Yeah, if even half of it's true, then he's toast. Yeah. Way to do the right thing at the right time, all right? The false certification to the FBI. All this is so easily proven. They already have it's to counts 1 through 31, willful retention of national. He admitted he had it. He's on record admitting he's got it. They've got pictures of the documents in boxes. They got pictures of it. They can prove it. This is insane that anybody would defend this. And before anyone says, yeah, he's presumed innocent. Presumed innocent. Not by me. I'm not a juror. I'm not the judge in this case. Just like the presumption of innocence doesn't apply to the prosecutor, and it doesn't apply to me. This looks pretty damn bad. Even Bill Barr, as big of a scumbag and as dishonest a scumbag as he is, even he can read this and say, yeah, okay, if even half of this is true. If even half of this. The purpose of the conspiracy was for Trump to keep classified documents he had taken with him from the White House and to hide against it. So before you start saying, oh my gosh, Joe Biden, oh, Mike Pence, they cooperated. See, that's the second tier justice system at work, okay? When it comes to the regular criminal aspect of people like Pence or Obama, they can have those documents and they're given a pass if they give them back and cooperate. I don't get that. If I had classified documents here in my house, they don't say, can you come here, give them back. Just give them back and everything's cool. Two-tier justice system. He was right about that one thing. And that's okay. So even if you're a senator, it's supposed to, Jack Smith even said, well, we treat everybody equal under the law. Bull, because Pence and Biden haven't been charged. So and any other high-level Congress or a president, vice president, secretary of state, if they had done that, they should be prosecuted. It shouldn't be, can you give them back? And then asking 6 months straight, can you give them back? Can you give them back? Because that's what all the talking heads are saying. Well, the difference is that Biden had and Pence had classified documents, but they gave them back. They cooperated. Two-tier justice system. That doesn't happen for regular people. Put them all in prison, I say. So I can't. I'm gonna cut that part of the show. I'm gonna go to some of the. Got to go to some of the. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna use the. I'll continue to use the. That's I do have a thumbnail for the show, so that won't. I could get my thumbnail out for that. I should have had that done, but I had to restart the computer and everything before I started the show today. I should have. Let's see. I'll use this one. Let me know in the comments. I'll get to that in a second. If the pride, if the anarchy symbol, the pride, Anarchy Pride, if that triggered anybody. Let me know. Let's see. Whoa. Can we get that? Whoa, it's a little too much. Let's put that right there. All right. Let's I got to crop that somewhat. There we go. And so I will there we go. That'll work. Yeah, here's your guy. Grabbing women by the crotch. Yeah, he's your guy. My dog Rex. I'm so sick of this. I really get tired of this stupid comment. You aren't late, same new mark. Those photos were staged. Oh, man. Help us out there, factual. What is your definition of homophobic? I think somebody is homophobic if they are hateful towards people who are gay. I think it's pretty straightforward. If you're hateful towards people who are gay, bisexual, or trans, if you're hateful towards them and think that automatically just because someone is gay that they're a pedophile, that's stupid. Your logical fallacy is generalization, and it's a pretty hurtful and hateful generalization. Pedophiles are, come in all stripes, whether they're gay, bisexual, or straight, doesn't matter. That's not the defining factor of whether someone's a pedophile or not, whether they're gay or not. So, well, they might have been indicted by the gang of liars and thieves, but I don't think they lie quite at the rate that Trump does, and they have the facts. So even when they come after someone with the IRS and they have bank statements and whatnot, a lot of the facts are not made up. The jurisdiction and something like that. Yeah, that's just assumed. Okay, it's assumed, which is what they say. Remember, I want to stay with things that I can prove here. Your PC data can be recovered. I didn't lose any data. I just have to back up the hard drive, and I have to reinstall Windows. And I hate doing that every 2 years. Why is dissenting opinion crap and your opinion is not? Where's your evidence? An op-ed article, My Dog Rex. I don't know what he's referring to. I'm going to assume it's the anti-vax stuff, because the anti-vax stuff is so out there and so crazy. It has been proven, disproven, and disproven, and disproven, and disproven, and disproven. It's not true. One of the anti-vax things is we were all supposed to die. Everyone who took the jab was supposed to die by May of 2023. It's June of 2023, and I'm still kicking. So that's a real thing. I actually had someone die because they didn't believe that it was that COVID-19 was real. Okay, so pull your heads out of your rectum. Okay, it's for an economic reset. Fungal. Come on, come on. You aren't late. Same new Mark. I'm the same guy. The difference is I didn't fall for this QAnon garbage. I didn't fall for this. I didn't jump on. And right from the very beginning, 7 years ago, not like these so-called anarchists that jumped on the Trump train. Why? Because there's money. There's money. And just like this, the people too stupid to understand a grift when they see it. My gosh. You want to hear some? Trump says he's a billionaire. There's no doubt that he's got a lot of money. There's no question whether he's a billionaire. Whether he's a billionaire or not is up for debate. But it's not up for debate that he has a lot of money. Now, given how much money he probably does have and all the okay, why is he constantly fundraising? Why would somebody who claims to be a billionaire need your money? And he's your guy? Oh, but Hillary Clinton isn't on there begging for money every appearance. Horrible person, typical, scumbag politician, not out there begging people for money while claiming to be a billionaire. Those photos were staged. Yeah, sure they were. I'm not saying you're obsessed. Earl says you aren't investigating like you used to. Yeah, I am investigating. But, the thing is, when it comes to anti-vax, the do your own research kind of thing, I'm not an immunologist, and neither are you, I would bet. I don't know the first thing. I have to go by what peer-reviewed studies are showing. Peer-reviewed studies that aren't paid for by Merck. I get that. Aren't you Mr. Anti-Government? Now you're simp. No, I'm not simp. No, I'm just laying out the facts. I just said that there's a two-tier justice system by these killers, thieves, and liars. I get that. I just said he was right about a two-tier justice system. If you're rich and you're powerful, you get away with it 98% of the time. If you're poor like me, they hand you your ass. Okay? I'm not saying the system is legitimate, but they do have to keep up appearances, and not every prosecution is completely fabricated. I mean, come on. The guy's on record admitting to having these he's admitted saying he's entitled to them. They're his. And that even the ones he gave back to the National Archives, he wants them back. You can see it. He's admitted to having them. I'm not simping for I'm saying there is a two-tier justice system, because if there wasn't, this pile of Myrtle would have been in prison a long, long time ago. So, does Mark park his car and not use Saudi's oil? I have no choice. I have to use oil. I have no choice. I have to use a car. I have to. I live in Mesa, Arizona. I have to use a car. Isn't anarchy opposed to rainbow? No. Anarchy is a belief. It's a philosophy that says that it violently imposing your will on others is wrong. That it's unethical to force people to give you money just because you say you're going to use it for their benefit. It's not. It's like atheists don't believe in God. Anarchists don't believe in having rulers. Okay. It is the only thing that why somebody would oppose the rainbow or LGBTQ people is my experience in this, and what I've researched. My experience in this is that it is religious zealots most of the time that are homophobic or hate people who are gay, and usually the ones who are the loudest ones. Larry Craig is a good example. It was from Idaho. The loudest anti-gays are usually closeted gays. So no, anarchy is no rulers. It's not hateful in any way. It's no rulers. Rules, no rulers. My position has always been it's ethical. And you can boil ethics down to, look, don't be a hateful jerk. And if you're against people and you don't like people who are gay, you're just being a hateful jerk. This the simplest way to put it. And you're probably a religious zealot. Because again, where are these people who are so anti-gay and anti-trans and against children being hurt? Where are they protesting peacefully against the Catholic Church? Hey, even if, like I said last week, if you do a search, an inordinate amount of police are involved in crimes against children. There you go. All cops are bastards. Yeah. And a lot of them, 40% over the national average, 40 are engaged in domestic violence. And I don't know the numbers, but it seems to be a large number are engaged in crimes against children. So protest them. Protest where there's actual evidence of widespread abuse against children. My dog Rex, please do a show on the elements of a valid cause of action. I could do that. I've already done like 400 shows on a valid cause of action. I talked about that on almost every single broadcast, and I did 2 a week for years. Christopher Shannon, what happened to you? 2012 to when you left, you were excellent. Since Trump, you become deranged. Come on. I talked about Bush all the time when he was president because he was a crook. He was a war criminal, the son of a bitch. Joked around about weapons of mass destruction. I didn't get all this, oh, you're obsessed with Bush. You're so different. All you do is talk about Bush, the Bush administration, and war crimes and drone strikes and waterboarding. You're upset. Please. What a stupid thing to say, Shannon. But there are no peer reviews. Okay, sure. I'm the same guy, but if I just, again, I'm going to end on this. I'm getting the signal here. I have always pointed out where governments are abusing people and getting away with it. Why in the world would that be any different for this orange piece of crap? When I pointed out 1,000 times, that's why you guys, I cannot take this stuff serious. I have hundreds of shows on my channel since 2011. My gosh, it's been almost 12 years. You can go back and you can see me railing against Obama and the Obama administration. Indefinite detention. Drone strikes. They hit the child of a suspected terrorist who was an American citizen. And I talked about that. Not a single one of you guys talking about this stupid Trump derangement syndrome. Not a single one ever came out and said, why are you obsessed with Obama so much? This Obama derangement syndrome. You're obsessed. You're deranged. That's why you guys are this. This is the same reason why even in the mainstream, you're accused, rightfully so, of being in a cult because it's all about this orange douchebag and owning the libs. You will criticize me for something that I did with Obama and Bush. The same thing, pointing out their crimes and how they're getting away with it. War crimes. I don't delete the comments. You can go back and go back into the comments and try to find a single one where someone said, oh, you got Obama deranged. Oh my gosh, he's talking about Obama again. Oh my gosh, war crimes again. He's obsessed. Mark, it's Edgar. Always supporting you. Only those who have been at the barrel of a gun forced to plead when they know what the state has no case. Mark got the Trump pathogen in his brain, vafangul. Mark is clearly not deranged, but is misinformed and apparently is not investigated. Okay. But I will not bake a gay advocating cake. No hate. I simply freely associate. Yeah, why are you opposed to, if you are in the business of baking cakes, why would you oppose baking a cake for someone who is gay? Why? Unless you don't like gays for some reason. What a stupid. Your satanic anarchy is trash. That's Digital Pit Boss. Cool, then the message is getting through. So, all right. I don't know. It does concern me that there's so much hateful stuff on here, and that there are people who don't like homosexuals, religious zealot types, whether you agree to it or not. I think maybe that's that's an issue of why I don't get as many. All right, I'm gonna cut it there because it's gonna go. I've gone much longer than I should have. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully I don't have to ban people from the Discord server or start banning accounts that are just blatantly anti-gay, but I will have to do that if it continues, or if I see that. So don't want to do that, though. I do appreciate everyone tuning in. If you want one of these awesome shirts, you can get it in the description if you want to help support the channel. Sorely needed, because if I had 2 monitors, I could edit much better on the fly. But you can get that in the description. The links are in the description. I will be back on Monday, Arizona time, at 7 p.m. Arizona time. Until then, salud.